the newest member of the Bellator MMA team, Benson Henderson. He has now officially signed with them. He is joining the team sooner rather than later. So who better than Scott Coker to ask when he will be debuting with Bellator? Scott, again, thank you for the time. Congratulations on this news. When will Benson Henderson make his Bellator debut?
Yeah, you know what, Ariel, that's still up in the air. But, I mean, we've got the contract in not even 24 hours ago. And, we're going to meet with Rich and the guys today. But I think that you'll see Benson, fighting probably in the next, 2 months. That's the kind of our game plan, and who he's fighting and where he's fighting. We really don't know yet. But as soon as we know, I'll let you know first.
So you said something very interesting to Benson. You said that of all the free agents, he was the one that you really had your eye on. Why him? Why did he intrigue you so much?
Boy, I tell you, this guy has done it all. He's fought everybody. We had some really good lightweights in the Strikeforce with Josh Thompson and Gilbert Melendez, and he beat both of those guys. Had some epic battles, and he's ducked nobody. And I've always liked him because he's such a class act and such a great guy too. I thought he'd be a great fit for our company, and I told my guys, listen, I really want to get this kid, so let's go out and get him. And I'm so glad that we did.
How was the process? Considering the fact that you wanted him, was it tense at times? Were you confident from the get-go that there was a good match there? This is a new thing, and I have to say, Scott, I think that this is the most significant signing by another promotion as far as a UFC fighter, going to sign somewhere else since you signed Dan Henderson to Strikeforce. I really feel that, and you could make the case that it's even bigger, considering the fact that he's a former UFC champion and whatnot. How was the process for you?
Yeah, I mean, the process was back and forth. I mean, the fighters have choices now. I mean, they could stay where they're at, or they could come over here. I think we made a compelling argument of why we would be a really good home for him. At the end of the day, he decided to sign with us, and we got some good fights from out there, and. We're excited, but, at the end of the day, Errol, I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. And, fighters are fighting the contracts out. They want to negotiate. They really want to see what their value is. And, we're going to help them, define what that value is. Because it's always healthier, for the industry to have more than one bidder. And, I think that we're going to be out there. We're going to bid for the guys that we want. Some of the free agents we won't bid for. And some we will, some we'll get, some we won't. And that's just the nature of this business. And I've always said, look, we're going to build our roster from the ground up, and then we're going to buy the free agents from the top down that we want. And that's really our game plan. And it's worked for me in the past, and I'm bringing that formula here to Bellator.
Why do you think that this is a thing now, that fighters are starting to, want to just play out the contract? They may re-sign, they may not. Why do you think that this has become a trend all of a sudden?
Well, I think that, they want to see what their value is. And at the end of the day, the fighter, wants to make money and provide for his family and have a future. And so I think that, we're definitely a company that can help accomplish those goals. And they want, and it's like they want to test it out. They say, okay, well, what are you willing to pay me? Well, what are you willing to pay me? And it's not just about money, but a lot of times it is about money. And we don't have some restrictions that maybe other leagues have. We don't have a t-shirt deal that they have to wear, or right. We let them go get their own sponsor so they can make even more money. So we have a little bit more freedom, and we're not as restrictive. And I think that that's attractive to a lot of fighters today.
You mentioned maybe this becoming a trend. Anyone else you could tell us that you're interested? There's a lot of interesting names out there right now.
Yeah, there are, and we are talking to a lot of free agents out there, and we will make some offers on some we won't. It's a constant negotiation process.
Yeah.
We made it pretty public that we're talking to Wanderlei Silva, see what he's got planned for the future, and we're talking to all the other names that and we know out there that are free agents that are negotiating with both sides. So, it's good. I think that like I said, you need to have at least two bidders to keep an industry healthy, and we're going to do our part.
Regarding Wanderlei for a second here, Isn't that tricky because of his relationship with the Nevada Athletic Commission? Won't that be hard to promote him in America?
Oh yeah, I mean he's gonna have to clear all that up.
Okay.
That's gonna be part of the deal, and I know that Ryzen wants to sign him as well, so there's gonna be a couple bidders out there for Wanderlei's services, but between Ryzen and Bellator, when he gets cleared in the U.S. to fight, I think that Wanderlei could probably stay pretty busy as he wants. I know he's in Brazil right now, but when he comes back, we're definitely gonna have a serious conversation.
Back to Benson. Do you think he'll debut at 155 or 170?
That's really going to be up to him, but my understanding is that he wants to fight at 170.
Interesting, because as I said to him, Will Brooks, your champion at 155, seems very interested in that fight. And if you're asking me, I know you didn't ask me, but I feel like that's the most interesting fight right off the bat. Will Brooks, Benson Henderson. It doesn't sound like that's going to be his debut fight, though.
Yeah, and Ariel, it could be. I mean, really, we are, like I said, less than 24 hours of signing.
Yeah.
And I still owe Benson a call just to talk to him about some of these details that you're asking me right now. So this all happened so quickly, and he wanted to break it on your show, so we said okay. Let's break it on Ariel. It'd be a lot of fun. So yeah, I mean, happy to do it. And he's a great kid. And after we get off the phone, I'm going to call him up and we're going to have that conversation about weight class and time frame and venue and the whole thing.
If you want, we could call him right back and we could do the conversation on the air right now. What do you think?
You know what? I think that's a private conversation we should probably have.
Fair enough. Okay, well, let me ask you this: has he warranted an immediate title shot? Would you be okay with that, or would you want to build him up a little bit?
Oh, no, I mean, to me, it's really up to him. I mean, if he wants to go for the belt, I mean, come on, the guy's done it all.
Yeah.
How could you say he doesn't deserve a shot? I mean, he's already been there and done that. So, to me, we would have no problem doing it.
Can you just do me a favor? Can you tell him no more toothpicks while you're fighting? I know it's a commission thing, but it just kind of freaks me out. I'm afraid he's going to puncture, his throat. It's a very dangerous thing. He's an unbelievable guy for being able to pull this off, but it's not. I don't feel like it's very safe.
I'm gonna tell him, Benson, Ariel's really worried, so we need to stop this behavior.
Okay, thank you, I appreciate it. Hey, by the way, a great show on Friday. Paul Daly wins. He goes, he starts going back and forth with Koscheck, who's in his hometown. It was a very fun scene. Are we gonna do that fight next, or do you still want Josh to have another fight before potentially fighting Paul?
No, I got to talk to Josh about that, but our goal really is, to have that fight happen as soon as Koscheck's healthy, and so we're hoping sometime in the summertime maybe we'll put those guys together, and we've been very public about that, saying that's the fight we really want, that's the fight that the fans want to see, and we're going to put it together at some point in 2016.
And what about Melvin Gillard's situation? Is he without an opponent for February 19th?
You know what? Right now he is, but we're going to fix that today. So,
do you want to announce something?
Well, we haven't we don't have anything signed. Otherwise, I would break it on your show. But I could definitely let you know through text later today or tomorrow.
Is it Pitbull? He's been really campaigning for that. He won in pretty devastating fashion. Does he have a shot?
You know what? It's definitely a possibility, but I got to sit back and talk to the guys here and figure out who it's going to be. And but we just don't have anything to announce on that fight.
Okay.
Right now.
Is it true that your voice is hoarse because you were cheering on your Golden State Warriors against my New York Knicks last night? We had you. We were winning in the first quarter. I don't know if you saw that, 20-18.
I was watching.
Is that what's going on? Why does your voice sound the way it does?
Yeah, you know what? It's not a funny story, but when I came back from Japan a month ago, I got a little bit sick. The flu, had pneumonia, the whole thing. So it's been a constant battle. But I'm finally through the back end of this thing, and the only thing lingering is my voice sounds like Barry White.
Yes, I actually like it. It's very soothing.
But I feel fine. I'm ready to go, man. I'm really excited about 2016. I mean, we got the Royce Gracie Houston fight against Ken Shamrock, Kimbo Slice. We got some good things we're going to announce in the summer here coming up. We got San Jose to announce. So we're excited about this year, and believe me, our roster is just going to grow and grow and grow. And by the end of this year, I think we're going to have a really good roster on our hands and have some big fights ahead of us.
Is there any concern, honestly? And I know some people say, I felt like this one's authentic. Is there any concern security-wise about Kimbo and Dada? I had Kimbo on my show. He did not seem like he's a huge fan of the guy, and that's putting it mildly. Like, well, are you guys going to have to beef it up in Houston on fight?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, hey, I learned my lesson on the last one.
That's true.
And, we're going to keep them at separate hotels, and, we're going to have security for those guys, and it's going to be locked down. I mean, everybody's going to be locked down the minute we get to Houston. So we're not going to take any chances, and we're going to let them get in the cage and see who the better man is.
Kimbo now holds the record for the most watched Bellator event on Spike. Will you be disappointed if this one, considering the names, doesn't break it?
You know what? I have high hopes, and I think that we can break it. But it's going to have to be a situation where we go and we prove ourselves and promote this properly, and wait till you see the back pieces that Spike TV and our digital department have created about Hoist and the past, and has great footage of his father and just footage, just amazing footage that I've never seen before, and it really was a historical documentary on his life and the whole MMA scene back in '93, and then before that, his battle with Ken, but the footage of his father training and fighting and grappling. I mean, it was some magic footage there, and then we got some great pieces on Kimbo coming out and Dada coming out, and I think by the time February 19th rolls around, this whole country is going to know about the fight, and we're hoping for a big tune-in number.
Back to the Benson deal for a second. This may not be a story that comes to mind when people are talking about it, but for you personally, and perhaps the team that you brought in, is this a major milestone in the sense that, like, now you got Bellator to the point where they can be in play for a guy like Benson Henderson, not a guy coming off of 2-3 losses, coming off of wins, former champion in multiple organizations? Like, do you feel like this is the snowball effect? This is the beginning of that? This is the feather in your cap that you needed to now go out and tell other people, like, look, Benson's here. This guy jumped. You can jump as well. Do you view it that way?
I think that all these free agents that are out there are not just testing free agency just to test it. I mean, there's other fighters out there that I think that we'll get, and fighters are going to fight out their contracts because they want to see what they're worth, what their value is, and that's going to go both ways. I mean, Errol, that's not going to just happen from one league to our league. It's going to happen from our league to other leagues as well, and that's really what I think is going to happen. But Phil Davis, I think, was a great signing.
Yep.
And, he's had tremendous value in Bellator winning the tournament. Benson. But Benson is probably, the most accomplished, free agent that we've signed. But is it gonna have a snowball effect? What it will do is it will have make a situation where we're all going to have conversations with these people. And like I said, some fighters that we really want, we'll go after. Some fighters we might not want, and we might not go after. So it all depends, and it's going to be on a per-case basis. But listen, we're really excited to have this guy on our team, man. He has done it all and fought everybody, and beat my two guys, which I thought were really, really good. And those were close fights, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, he was a champ, and he stayed the champ. But for him to come over to Bellator, I think it will set a little bit of precedence as, hey, you can go over there and you can have a good home too. It doesn't have to just be the one buyer. Now there's two buyers.
Right. By the way, Chris Lieben, interested in him?
You know what? I'm not sure. I think that Rich is talking to his management, but I'm not sure how serious it is right now.
Okay. All right. Well, this is a very big day for Bellator. Again, congratulations, Scott. What a 24 hours for you. You beat the best team in the NBA via a pretty big margin, the Knicks, and then you signed Benson Henderson. Wow. Your luck continues to get better. Well done.
Boy, I'm telling you, man, I'm excited about the Warriors, and I'm excited about Benson Henderson.
Yeah, this is huge. This is a very interesting time. Congratulations. I think the world of Benson. Have enjoyed covering him and watching him fight since the WEC days. One of the very best at 155 and at 170. I think they have him wrong in the rankings, to be honest. That's a different discussion for a different day. But yeah, this is huge for you guys, and I'm very curious to see where he debuts and which division against who. Super interesting stuff. So again, thank you for the platform and for coming here and for talking about it with us first. Congratulations to the whole team, and looking forward to what else you have up your sleeve. And oh, by the way, good luck February 19th in Houston as Royce Gracie and Ken Shamrock meet for the third time, and Kimbo Slice meets Data 5000. That taking place at the Toyota Center. Appreciate it, Scott.
Hey, my pleasure, Earl. Anytime, and I look forward to talking to you soon.
All right, there he is, Scott Coker, president of Bellator MMA, stopping by. A big afternoon for them, a big signing. Benson Henderson has officially joined Bellator MMA.